Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of JAFM Audio. I'm James.
I'm Frankie.
And this is our very first episode during the actual season. The season has started. The MLB season has started.
Yes.
And it couldn't have started any worse for the Mets.
And he couldn't have started any better for the Yankees.
Yankees 4-0. Mets 0-3. But the 4-0 comes at Houston Astros' expense. They're beating Houston 4 straight in a row in Houston. Mm-hmm. That's big. That's big for the Yankees.
That's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't have been a more perfect start. I mean, where do I start? The pitching was solid.
Mm-hmm.
The offense was outstanding.
But let's start with Juan Soto, I think. Juan Soto has been excellent, more than what anybody has expected. Yeah. He's not going to bat 500 on the season, but these are things that you should expect to see from him. Timely hitting, late in the game, runners on base, driving them in, getting on base himself. He stands out with a 600 on-base percentage. Ooh. That means for every 10 at-bats, he's on base 6 times out of those 10 at-bats. You must be pleased.
I'm very pleased. Honestly, he's done more than I expected, to be honest. Not only the timely hitting, the big plays in the outfield, throwing runners out at home. He's just been an overall great leader. He's been, doing what he's supposed to do and more. I mean, I even think the guys in the locker room are, watching him take batting practice, and I think he's infecting the rest of the team.
Right, so you think he's rubbing off on them?
I think he is.
Okay.
If you look at all of their at-bats, the Yankees had, they've been very patient.
Okay.
They haven't really been chasing too many pitches out the strike zone.
Right.
Soto, has an incredible eye. I think they're all picking up on his habits.
Right.
And I think we're going to have, an amazing season ahead of us. Yes. I know it's still early, but 4-0 against the Astros away.
Absolutely.
That's a pretty big deal.
Yep. So you saw Soto. He also did it with his arm on opening day when he threw out the runner at the plate from right field. Shallow right field, I might add. But he made a good throw, accurate throw. One bounced it to his catcher, who was able to make a play. So not only Soto, we have someone else who's been tearing the ball off the cover, tearing the cover off the ball. Oswaldo Cabrera.
Oh, yes. And to think, he wouldn't even be playing if DJ didn't get hurt.
DJ who?
DJ who cares? We can hire Oswaldo Cabrera now. So, it's incredible. Honestly, and he was one in his post-game interview. He said he would watch Juan Soto take batting practice.
Interesting.
I think, Juan Soto not only is effective on the field, but off the field in the locker room. I mean, Cabrera, no one saw this coming. He had, I don't know, how many home runs does he have on the season?
He has 2 home runs. He leads the team with
games.
2 home runs, right.
And these are big home runs. These are to tie the game or to take the lead, you know?
So Soto has sort of like a veteran presence, although he's only 25, right? Is he 25?
Yeah, he's very young.
So, but he does have a veteran presence. Yeah, he has a ring already with the Nationals. So I guess he has that veteran presence in the clubhouse, and it's rubbing off on the other guys. So that's looking good. Volpe's looking good as well on the field. Oh, yes. On the defensive side as well as the offensive side.
Yes, very impressive.
Right.
I'm happy to see that. That's huge. If he can continue this leap forward, he's going to have a great season.
Rizzo has a few hits, 4 hits, 15 at-bats. He's all right, if he can stay there, be somewhat consistent. All right. Aaron Judge, he's not looking too good. So what do you think's going on there?
Out of the great, 4 days we've had as a Yankee,
right?
Judge is a little bit concerning right now. He only has about 2 hits. 2 hits? Is it 2 hits out of how many at bats?
Yeah, 2 hits, 15 at bats.
15 at bats. That's .125. Batting average, he's
walked 3 times. He has an on-base percentage of .316, but it's not what you expect from Judge.
Not at all. I mean, if there's anything to be concerned about early on, it's this.
Okay.
Because why pitch to Soto at all?
Yeah.
Why you could just pitch around him and go straight to Judge if he's not going to hit the ball.
Right. So in today's game, we happen to be watching the last inning of today's game, Yankees Astros in the 9th, and Hader was on the mound, and I think I mentioned it to you. I said, why are they pitching to Soto? Just pitch around Soto, go after Judge.
Yeah.
Soto gets a base hit. I think it was Gleyber Torres scores.
Yep.
And Judge proceeds to strike out. Which I also wanted to mention, too, which was quite interesting. Did you notice Hader didn't hold the runner on first or second? It's like, I've watched him pitch, but is this a thing of his where he doesn't hold on runners?
I couldn't tell you, but all I can tell you is I'm glad he didn't.
Right. It was like a walking lead.
Yeah.
Take off to second. Then it was another walking lead on second going towards third. A base hit scored Torres easy, but you never held the runner on. It's kind of strange.
That is very strange, but I guess he was focused on the batter. I mean, when you have Juan Soto in the box, you need to pitch your pitch.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's very poor
strange.
Awareness from a hater, but I'm not complaining. So, we got the win.
Right.
Big hit by Soto. But again, back to Judge, it's a little concerning. I think he still might be bothered with an injury. Or
I think there's something there. Although the MRI came out negative, you went for an MRI, and there's a reason you did. Whether you're feeling discomfort or pain or whatever it is, there's a reason why you went for the MRI. Comes back clean, but there might still be something there, something lingering. So it remains to be seen. It's only 4 games.
Yeah.
So, I'm not going to get on him, but he has to start coming around.
Yeah, but the bright side of that is everyone else is performing. Absolutely. Everyone else is showing up. Mm-hmm. And, this is exactly what I predicted. I said if the pitching could keep us in games, which they have. The pitching could keep us in games, the offense will get us over the hump. And that's what we're seeing here. We were down early opening day. The offense brought us back, and then the pitching got it back together. Nestor Cortez didn't have a bad outing outside of the first 2 innings.
Yeah, the first couple of innings, he was a little shaky, and then he settled down after that. Yeah. And like I said, listen, the opposing teams are going to realize 4 runs are not enough. Yeah. You're not going to score 4 runs and beat the Yankees this year. They're going to score runs on you, so you got to keep pushing it. You got to keep pushing it on them.
I think that's what I like a lot about this team is we have had a lot of base runners. Granted, it's only the first 4 games of the season, but the way they're approaching with their at bats, they're drawing walks, they're getting base hits. They're slugging too. We are getting a lot of base runners, and in baseball, if you have a lot of base runners, you're going to score runs. And I think moving forward, hopefully this trend continues.
Right.
It's a bright side for the Yankees, and I'm excited for the season. A great start. I'm excited.
Great start, 100%. The pitching. Are you impressed with Rodon? Are you a believer now, or is it just 1 game? Let's see next time.
It's very early to tell. I'm happy he had a great first game. I hope he can continue it.
Okay.
I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to doubt him, but if he's looking to have the good season that we're expecting him to, he's got to prove himself, and that's just the first step.
Yes.
I was very happy with his first game performance. Hopefully he could keep it going. I'm not going to say, "Oh, he's back. He's going to be amazing," but hopefully he can keep games close to where the offense could, carry the rest.
All right, Marcus Stroman, your boy Marcus Stroman, who you think is gonna get some Cy Young votes this year?
I will see.
1-0,
big city. He's gonna have the lights on him.
1-0, 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, 3 runs, but none earned. No earned runs there. Opponents are batting 182 on him. Yeah. That's positive.
What's also very positive about that too is the errors, they didn't score off him, but the errors on the defense. He threw about 100+ pitches.
Okay.
He pitched for a long time.
Yeah.
If he can lock down games and give us a good 7 innings, 8 innings, we're in great shape. Stroman, I'm impressed. I was impressed with his first game.
Yeah, Stroman, I watched him pitch the whole season. It just remains to be seen. I'm not a big Stroman fan.
I was watching the games. There was a lot of big at-bats, a lot of big situations he got into, and he was throwing his pitches.
Right.
And, he was on. And it was a good game. Good toss by Stroman.
Okay, are you concerned with Clay Holmes at all? 385 batting average. Opposing players are hitting...
Clay Holmes, he's a...
Opposing teams are hitting 385 against him, and he has a 1.67 whip, which is not really proud. He does have 3 saves already, but today...
Yeah.
Today he got, Birdie made a great play at third base to save a tie game there. Opening day, he pretty much gave up the game tying hit. Soto bailed him out. This could have turned a whole different direction. The Yankees could be 2-2 with 2 blown saves right now.
Yeah.
So, are you okay with Clay Holmes right now, or are you a little concerned?
I mean, it's something to notice. I'm not too concerned right off the bat. It is something to note down, but I think that he'll settle in hopefully. Okay. You know, we're playing the Astros. The Astros got a, crazy lineup.
Yes.
So, it is going to get tough, especially when the games are close and you're facing, Altuve, Jordan Alvarez, Kyle Tucker, all these guys. These are all-star players.
Yeah.
So that's not an easy lineup to pitch around. So I think, I'm not too concerned. I think he'll pick it up, against other teams.
Okay, so the first 4 games are in the books. The first series is in the books for the Yankees. 4-0. You got to rate them an A+, right? Rated A+.
Can I give them an A++? That was amazing.
An A++ if you like. So the Yankees get an A+ on their very first series. I got to tell you the truth. I was impressed. And Juan Soto changes that whole team. Juan Soto's not in that lineup. Your big boy, Aaron Judge, is not doing anything. Can you imagine if Juan Soto was not in that lineup right now? You'll be dependent on Oswaldo Cabrera, really, in reality. So without Juan Soto, this looks different. But you have Juan Soto. He's a Yankee. So guess what? The Yankees are looking good.
He's a catalyst, Yes. He's carrying... I don't want to say carrying the team, but he's doing everything he can. And
yes,
everyone is feeding off of that, and I can't complain. This is great. Hopefully, it goes through the whole season, and Soto can be that leader and lead us to the World Series.
All right. Any other thoughts on the Yankees? You're happy with Verdugo's at bats? He's batting .200, on base percentage .235. It's still early.
I'm happy. I'm not
Defense
disappointed.
Looked decent.
Yeah. He made a big play today in the outfield.
Diving played it to end the game.
I'm impressed with all the new guys we got. Okay. I'm happy. I can't complain. 4-0. What's there to complain about?
They're doing their part, man.
On the flip side, let's move away from the Yankees right now. I know you had a tough start of the season on your side. The Mets start 0-3.
First time in 10 years.
How do you feel? How are you? How are the whole Mets fan base feeling right now?
Well, first off, I made the mistake of actually going to the game yesterday.
God bless you.
Yeah. So after paying the $40 parking fee, you feel like you got ripped off.
Yeah.
When you're watching your teams, they're leaving runners in scoring position. Let me mention this. You know what I noticed yesterday? Every at-bat, with the exception of a few players, these guys are falling behind 0-2, 0-1, 1-2. They're constantly behind in the count.
Yeah.
With the exception of maybe Alvarez. But it's still early. It's 3 games. I got to tell you the truth. I was impressed with the Brewers. Because they play really good defense. They play fundamental baseball.
Yeah, they do.
They put the bat on the ball.
They bunt. They do it all.
They bunt. They hardly strike out. They make the good plays. I think they went 7 for 7 in stolen bases. So I give them credit. They're a good team. Every year they're a good team. But what's getting to me is, first off, the lineup. I'm so upset with this lineup. I'm not. You laugh. You got Francisco Alvarez, who, not for nothing, last year, in his rookie season, he did his thing, right? He wasn't great, but he hit for some power. He was energetic. He wanted to be up in the big spots. You can tell. This year, they put him in the 7 hole. Right? Then they put him in a 6 hole, back to the 7 hole. You got him DH in one game. I have no problem with it. You have to make him DH. If he's not catching, he has to DH because he is your best hitter right now. Don't give me Alonso. Don't give me Nimmo. I don't want to hear about Lindor, although I love them. Alvarez is your best hitter, your best pure hitter right now.
Yeah.
And you have him in the 7 hole. Give him opportunities to drive in runs.
Where would you put him?
3 or 4. It's very simple. The Mets have been notorious with stuff like this for years. He's young and he's still learning.
Yeah.
He's your best hitter.
Yeah.
You put him in the 7 hole. Let him learn in the 3 hole. Let him learn in the 4 hole. Other teams do it. You know what I mean? You got the Braves are calling up kids and they're batting 3rd and hitting 25 home runs a year.
Do you think if they move him up in the lineup, they would pitch him differently though? Do you think because he's in that 7 hole, they pitch him? They're not really concerned.
No, I think the book is out on him already. The guy hit 25 home runs last year. He has 1 already this year. He hits for power. Yeah. If other teams don't know that this guy has some pop, they should learn by now.
Yeah.
So I think if you put him in a 3 hole, even if you give Alonso some protection. You know who's been protecting Alonso the last few games? Jeff McNeil and my favorite, Tyrone Taylor. I like Tyrone Taylor, by the way, because he acknowledged me in right field yesterday. We talked a little bit. Well, we didn't really talk, but he just gave me the glove. Hello.
There you go, guys. That was the highlight of every Met game this weekend.
But these are the guys who are protecting Alonso. If you're a pitcher on the opposing team and Alonso comes to the plate, runner on second, 2 outs, and you're up by 3 runs or 2 runs or even 1 run, you're pitching around Alonso. First base is open, pitch around him, and let's go after Jeff McNeil. Because Jeff McNeil's not batting .330 this year. Yeah. He batted .270 last year. And here's another thing. Let's say Jeff McNeil does get a hold of one, right? You throw a meatball by accident, the ball gets over the plate a little bit. I don't think McNeil's hitting a ball, 400 feet. He's not a power hitter.
Not at all.
So you're protecting Alonso with McNeil. Put Alvarez in the 4-hole. Protect Alonso with Alvarez, or vice versa. Put Alvarez 3, and put Alonso 4, and give Alvarez even better pitches to look at.
I mean, do you think McNeil? He got a little flustered by Reese Hoskins, the slide to second base?
No, I don't think he got flustered. He batted .270 last year.
He got flustered.
And not for nothing, McNeil's the kind of player that I feel like he gets in his own head. So if he's having a bad couple of days, you start to see him. He starts to slouch a little bit. He gets upset. He's a good hitter, but he's not a 4 hitter. Like, where did they get this from? Yeah. Like, he's a 4 hitter. They know more than me. I'm not going to act like I know more than them. The analytics and all that good shit they do.
James, we're 3 games into the season, and as you can see here, this is what the Mets fans have to deal with. Stressed off the bat. And, so, there's not much, honestly, I watched the games.
Okay.
There's not much to talk about with the Mets. I mean, I look at their pitching. The pitching is, not all there. Severino didn't have a good outing.
Yeah.
The bullpen, not great. Their lineup not hitting.
Yeah.
So what do you think needs to change early in the season? What do you think we're
First off, all Met fans need to realize something. It's 3 games in. That's number 1. It's 3 games in. Number 2, we have to let the young kids play. You have Alvarez, who's playing every day. You have Brett Beatty, who's been playing. He came up with a big home run the other day against a lefty. He pinched hit. They put a lefty against him. First pitch, he hit a 3-run home run. So we have to allow these kids to play. We know what this season's going to be about. But at the same time, you can't give up on a season either. You know what I mean? With 3 games in, you went and signed J.D. Martinez. He's not here yet because he's in spring training still. Go figure. But you have to give these kids an opportunity to play and see what you have. And I'm okay with that. So if I'm seeing progress with the young kids, I can deal with a season of ups and downs and headaches, but I'm still going to criticize things that I see, Jeff McNeil batting 4. He should not be a 4.
I agree. That lineup, they need to shuffle that around a little bit.
Right. You look at the positives. You got to look at the positives, right? You got to look at Francisco Alvarez. He's doing well. Pete Alonso, he's hitting for a high average. He's hitting 364. He put some balls to right field. That was promising. Because I don't want to see any more of this home run or nothing.
Yeah.
If you can't hit a home run, maybe a base hit to right field works. And so I'm seeing that a little bit. Lindor's not really hitting. That's going to come. He's going to come. We're not going to go 0-162, that's for sure. So
I hope not.
No. We got Detroit coming to town. Let's get a W. Get a W under our belt. Maybe win the series. We go series by series. We'll take it from there. Let the kids play. But I will tell you this. There are kids in the minor leagues right now that are hitting. All right? I look at the stats every day.
Yeah.
You got kids in the minor leagues that are hitting. So if you can't do it here, goodbye.
Who would you suggest sending back down?
I wouldn't send anybody down right now. It's 3 games. You can't just send them down right now.
Yeah.
But
who would you like to see get sent down if they continue their bad streak?
Brett Beatty has an opportunity to become the everyday third baseman for the New York Mets for the next 15 years. Take it. Take the job. Yeah. Take the job.
I think he has a lot of potential, but he just got to put it together, man.
Take the job. And not for nothing, that slide with McNeil. The play on that slide, Brett Beatty fielded the ball. He made a low throw to second. If the throw was at his chest, that never happens. And I'm not saying it was his fault. Make a better throw.
Yeah.
McNeil had to go down for it. He had to come back up to make the throw. Next thing you know, he's yelling at Hoskins. I don't know what he's
saying. Bench is clear.
Bench is clear. But they did show some fire the next day. I mean, they threw at him.
Yeah.
2 at bats too late.
They should have hit him.
He already beat them up.
Think they should have hit him?
Well, I'm not. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. But you put one at his back. Like right between the numbers. Yeah. But here's my issue with the Mets. Once again, he gets a base hit, 2 RBI base hit. He hits a home run, and then you decide to hit him. Damage was already done. You should have put one on his back in his first at bat, and then make him a little uncomfortable in the box.
Yeah, tough 3 games for the Mets.
Yeah.
What would you grade there?
C-. C-.
That's pretty generous.
Well, what am I going to give him? A D+?
D-?
I'll give him. Well, listen, there were some positives.
3. Yeah, that
And the pitching didn't look. The starting pitching didn't look terrible outside of Severino.
Yeah.
Quintana didn't look bad.
Yeah,
on opening day. He struggled.
They were hitting him hard though.
Well,
they were.
He pitches to contact anyway.
Yeah.
So you don't expect Quintana to come in and have 15 strikeouts. In a game.
True.
But the pitching didn't look terrible. Severino was a little iffy.
All right. Yeah, I mean, James grades them a C-. I give them a D-. I personally, I was watching their games. I didn't like the at-bats they were having.
Yes.
The pitching wasn't overpowering.
No.
Either Milwaukee's really good or, the pitching is not all that.
Milwaukee has a good team. Every year they have a good team. And you know who built that team? The Mets president, Mr. Stearns. Okay, and I got to be honest with you. When I watch them play, I say, this is why I want to see my Mets in 2 to 3 years. They don't have any big stars on that team.
Yeah,
do they?
They don't.
They don't. But they make the plays. They turn the double plays. They steal bases. This is the kind of team that he built for years.
Yeah.
So, it's promising.
They played good. The Brewers, I'll give it to them. They played their game. They played a really good game. The Mets, they could pick it up. It just wasn't there. The past 3 games wasn't theirs.
You know who is back? Edwin Diaz. He came in, and I was there Saturday. Came in and he pitched an inning, and he gave up 1 hit, and he struck out 2 batters and got a pop-up out.
Yeah, it's not going to matter, though.
I understand, but he looked good. He did look good. So now we know, hopefully, if we have a lead going into the 9th inning, which we haven't had yet, we have Mr. Diaz to close the door. So he looked good. Velocity was there.
Yeah, that was, the Mets weekend. Not the greatest, but speaking of having the leads here, I was super, back to the Yankees really quick.
Yes.
I was super impressed with the way they fought back in these games that they were down.
Every game.
Every inning was like, these at-bats, they were battling. It's base hit here, base hit there.
Yeah.
Timely home run here.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
Them battle every inning, not give up, and fight to win these games. Even though it's early in the season, you can see that they're fighting. You can see that they want to win.
Right.
And you always want to see that. No matter if your team is 0-3 like the Mets or 4-0 like the Yankees, you want to see a team that looks like they want to win and fight for the wins.
Battle back. Right.
Exactly.
I'm just waiting until the opposing teams realize, let's not pitch to Soto. Just go right after Judge because, he ain't it right now.
Hey, it's like you said, it's early in the season.
I know.
He'll figure it out.
They got to put Oswaldo in the 4-hole and put Judge in the 9-hole.
When DJ comes back, that's going to be interesting because do you think...
No.
I already know Oswaldo?
I already know your question. He's not going to play, DJ.
He's going to be benched.
He has 3 more years on his contract making big money. But how do you put this guy in a lineup? If Oswaldo's playing... Listen, Oswaldo's not going to hit 500. He's not going to hit 400. He may not even hit 300. But if he's playing the way he's playing, timely home runs,
he's making a few big plays at third base when he was at third.
Like, how do you put DJ? DJ, I believe DJ LeMahieu is done. I believe the contract that they gave him wasn't good. He's been having. We talked about this 2 weeks ago on our show.
Yeah,
he's had foot issues for years. He's had hip issues for years. He's missed playoffs. The last 2 times the Yankees made the playoffs, he's missed. That's it. It's time to hang it up or trade him to the Royals.
And I was watching this game, and you can see Cabrera. He knows he's fighting for this spot. I see it in his at bats. I see it in the way he's playing. He's getting. He was emotional after he hit. That home run against Houston. He wants to play. He's fighting for his spot, and he's earning it. And I'm impressed.
As he should.
And, honestly, I don't have a problem. We keep him in the lineup if he's playing good. DJ LeMay, who needs him anymore? I'm impressed with Cabrera.
Yeah, I tell DJ, I'm like, you know what? Take your time, dude. Let it heal. Let it heal twice. You know what? Let it heal a little longer. So here's the thing. Ready? Mm-hmm. Let's get into the whole MLB. All right.
Okay.
We know the Yankees got the A+.
Yeah.
You're giving the Mets the D-. Listen, I'll give them an F. I don't give a shit. They're 0-3. Now, let's go to all MLB. How's the league looking, man? So the Yankees have sole possession of first place at 4-0, and Baltimore is right behind them, 2-1. Baltimore finally lost one against Anaheim the other day, or yesterday, or was it today? I don't remember.
Yeah, and it's funny. I forgot where I saw it. They predicted the Yankees to have the worst record in their division, and look at this. It's early. It's early, but. I'm happy.
I saw that right somewhere. Someone predicted them to have the worst
record in their division. But.
So I don't think they're gonna have the worst record in their division.
Yeah, it's early, but
it's still early. It's gonna be a fun season. I can see it already.
Oh yeah.
Yankees have scored 21 runs this year already, and has allowed 11 runs, as opposed to Baltimore's 25 runs scored and 11 runs allowed. So they're neck and neck over there. The Blue Jays are putting up some runs also, but they're also allowing runs. Mm-hmm. But look who else is undefeated. Detroit Tigers, 3-0. And they're coming to Citi Field. Oh, luck.
What are you expecting them on that one? How many games do you want to take out of that series?
I want to win the series, 2 out of 3. Plus, they don't score a lot of runs, the Tigers.
Neither do the Mets.
Well, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
You guys might be, 0-5 to start the season, or 0-6.
0-6. Oof. Yeah. It's all right. It isn't. It's a season where we have to see what we have anyway. So I'm not stressing. But you know who else is 4-0?
Pittsburgh.
They're impressive, man.
Pittsburgh.
They've scored 31 runs.
I don't think anyone saw this coming.
Well, I think they have some young kids though.
Yeah, but to be 31 runs, to put up 31 runs, that's a lot of runs.
That's a lot of runs in 4 games.
That's a lot of runs in 4 games.
That's like 8. That's like 7.5 runs a game.
I think this season is going to be interesting. We're going to see a lot of teams, coming out of the woodworks. It's not going to be the usual teams. I don't think.
Young talent.
Yeah.
Plus, you're going to have teams that are fighting for playoff spots because of the expansion of the playoffs. Mm-hmm. So they're not going to be giving up on the season right away. Should be very interesting.
It's going to be a great season.
Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. Let's hope the next time we talk to you guys, the Mets have a W. And let's hope maybe the Yankees come back down to earth a little bit to make this season a little interesting. But I think by the time we talk again, the Mets should have a W. If not, I am going to buy more tickets because they're going to be extremely cheap. So I'll be at the games a lot this year.
I'll probably be there too, just because they're cheap. I'll be there.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to cover in today's episode, James?
No, but I think we're going to do an episode next week. We'll knock off 2 episodes because we want to talk the Ohtani talk.
Ooh.
Yeah, because that Ohtani thing is getting interesting, and I feel like MLB
they're sweeping under the rug, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean. It can't. Oh, yeah. You know what? Let's save this before we get too deep into this. We're gonna save this for another episode. That'll be a good one too.
Yeah.
Oof.
So next episode, we're gonna be once again talking Mets, Yankees, and see if anything else interesting happens. Give us a like, subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week. Put that notification bell on and tune in to the next one. Thanks, guys.